Right guys, I'm going to eat and I'm going to have pasta with carbonara sauce, creamy sauce, and some pancetta, smoked pancetta. So I'm going to cook the pancetta, cook the pasta, get the sauce into it and eat it. The sun's on its way down, it's gone behind some trees now, so I may only have half an hour or so now before it starts going dark, or dusk anyway. And I do have some beer with me, brought from home this time. And I do like this Brewdog Punk IPA, which is a very pleasant taste. So before we start cooking, let's get that open. Now some of you have mentioned how much beer I drink, but I rarely drink at home. Very, very rare. Don't go out drinking other than when I'm camping. But I do like a beer when I'm camping. Anyhow, I'm going to get this going. I've got a new stove. Well, it's not new now because I've used it 2 or 3 times. This Trangia. And I'll do a proper review of it. In fact, I did start to do a review of it, but like tonight, it just suddenly went dusk, suddenly went dark. So whilst I'd started doing the review, it was getting darker and darker, and then suddenly it was dark. I think I've still got that footage, but I'll do a proper review, but I'll slip that footage in as well when I do the review. But if you've watched previous videos that I've cooked on, I have the little Trekology stoves, the little pots, mugs that I can cook on, and I can cook on them. But I just wanted to try something different. That doesn't come as part of the kit, that's just a little plate that I use. And with this Trangia stove, I'll do a proper review on it. There's loads of reviews out there, but I'll more show you what I'm cooking whenever I go camping, especially when I get into next season, into summer of 2022. I did get the gas fitting for this, and I prefer to cook it with the gas. You can also get a petrol adapter, so you could cook with petrol or other fuel, and that's something to think about for longer trips. But for now, I'm just going to use it with the gas. I find that I just prefer cooking with gas rather than with the liquid fuel in the little stove that they're well known for. I forgot what they're called now, but I've never really been able to get them going properly. I'm sure I should try, but now I've got the gas fitting, I do prefer the gas. So just very quickly show you. See, pan, frying pan, that's an extra. It's a lid and a draining, so you can drain water out of your pan. You can't leave it on while it's cooking, otherwise it'll melt, but you can just use that as a lid on the pans. And also it's designed as a cutting board, so you use it as a cutting board, which I will. Oh, I don't need to, because I've got the pancetta I've got is already cubed. So you get a handle with it, and that just works dead simply. That works dead simply. You've got to keep hold of it though, like that. As soon as you let go, it comes off. I've got a kettle that goes with it, but that's an extra. And I've been used to ultralight camping and boiling up in one of the mugs, which is fine, it does it, no problem at all. But this kit is a lot lighter and a lot more compact than I was expecting, and very versatile. So I got the kettle and it's great. I have used that. This is turning into a review, isn't it? But I didn't mean it to be. But you might as well see what I've got. So it comes in various bits. That's the 2 pans which fit inside one another. That's the 2-part base to windproof and set your cooker up. And if you've got one of those liquid fuel burners, the ones that I've forgotten what they're called. Anyway, that's where it fits in there. It just slots into there. You light it and it burns with either frying pan or pan. So the gas fitting, that's an extra. So the basic set is that setup I've just shown you. The kettle and the gas burner is extra, as is that little cover, drain cover, and chopping board. Nice bit of kit, just feels right, feels good. And if I can remember how this all goes. It goes through the big hole there. That's it. And that just clips in like that. So that's now fixed in. This is designed, these holes are designed to let air get into the bottom of the stove to allow it to burn efficiently. And if you've got high, it's very still tonight, cold but still, no winds. But if you've got winds, you point that proportionally into the wind, bit of trial and error, to get the right burn. So that screws onto the top. And then that's fixed as well. So that's all set up now for cooking. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cook the pancetta, and then I'm going to get the pasta done. Just use a little bit of olive oil, but not too much, because it'll obviously, it's got fat on the pancetta, so it won't really need too much. Always have a waste bag with you. Just to show you, sun's going down now. Nicely sizzling. You can use bacon bits for this and it'll taste just as good, but I do like pancetta. It just, I don't know. It's just like good quality bacon bits. So I obviously put some water in there. I've just half filled that. And I brought some pasta from home. And some pasta sauce. I quite like these flat pack ones because it just packs easier, and that particular sauce there I've carried for the last 2 camping trips and not used it. So I always have a portion of pasta and a sauce, so at the very least, if I can't get to a shop, if the weather closes in, I've got something to eat that's going to be enough to see me through the night. That's another good thing that I bought and have had for a long time. Must have had that a few years now. And it's 750 millilitre. It's flat pack. So it packs nicely away. But it holds 3/4 of a litre of water. It's actually designed, and they still sell them, not particularly cheap, but they still sell them. It's designed as a wine carrier. So the idea is you put your wine in there and carry it with you, or if you're travelling around, you've got wine. But I've used it only ever for water, and it's brilliant. I broke it actually. It cracked along this edge here. So I thought I'd have to get a new one, but in the end I've just glued it and it's held tight. Yep, that's a really good, great thing to have that. There's really good gas control with this gas burner, the Trangia gas burner. Far superior to my pocket rocket or jet boil, for obvious reasons. They are what they are and they do what they do. This has got far greater control. And when I get to travel, because everything I'm doing now with COVID and restrictions we've had and problems shipping and all the rest of it, everything I'm doing is just trial and error with different gear to decide what I'm going to take with me when I eventually get to travel properly. And I think as it stands now, the little pocket rocket gas stove with the 2 titanium pots, or at least one of the titanium pots, will travel with me whatever I do. And I've got it with me. I'm not using it right now, but I have got it with me. And I rather think from the first usage of the Trangia cooking system, and you saw what it packed into, that little orange bag, I rather think this would travel with me as well, because it just gives greater ability for preparing food. So the pancetta is cooking nicely. I filled the kettle up with water, as you've probably watched, and actually that's because it could go down to freezing tonight. I've got another water bottle here, a Sig water bottle, and I'm going to use that with some hot water in and just throw it into the sleeping bag before I go to bed. That and a hot chocolate. The gas bottle is spluttering a little bit now, so I'm hoping I'll get this one meal out of this gas bottle, but I have got another one on the bike, a smaller one. So that's nicely cooked now. And what I'm going to do, I've got my spare gas bottle because I think this one's going to run out. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use it until it's finished. So with the frying pan on this Trangia stove, you have these little legs out, and if you're going to use the pan, you just knock them in, and then the pan goes in there, like that. And as a pan lid, we just use the frying pan, usually without any food in it, but Oh, they're good. I'll probably eat half of them before the pasta's done. And hopefully that gas bottle will hold out. For the pasta, I usually carry them in these little zip bags, and usually I have slightly less than that to fit into those little titanium mugs that I've got when I cook on them. So that's a generous portion. Normally, probably it would be about that much there. But I find it good to have these bags, and I can carry them around dry pasta, and they don't come to any harm over a period of a few weeks anyway. Yeah, it's starting to simmer a bit now. I can tell the gas is not running at its optimum at the moment, but I'm a great believer in using everything you've got, so we'll run it until it stops. And the other good thing with doing it this way is that the pancetta still keeps warm with the residual heat coming through. Right, so we've got that to the boil. So we've got it to the boil, put the pasta in. Probably could have done with a little bit more water, but I'm not going to put any cold water in now. And then we'll just get it back to the boil, then simmer it until it's just right. And with the stove and the gas as it is at the moment, we'll just have to see. But I'm holding on. Right, so it's back to the boil. I'll be really lucky to get this meal finished. Whoops. I'll be really lucky to get this meal finished on this gas. Okay, so that pasta is ready. I'll just put the bacon bits back on again just to warm up. So, pasta's ready, still water in there obviously, and that lid I'm going to put on the top when I'm ready to drain it. So that's ready to drain, but I won't drain it until we've got got everything else and got the sauce to do as well. Now what I'm going to do is put the sauce into here to heat it up, to warm it up. Don't need to heat too much because you can just stir it into the pasta and it'll warm up. But just give it a little bit. The gas is nearly out now. I mean, it's I've got it turned on full and it's just and so providing heat. At least we've got the meal done. So these little holes here will act as a draining for the pan, and I'm just going to do that here. That's actually the draining bowl, the draining lid has worked quite well actually. That's done okay. So pop that back. Last one in there. Get this spooned in. Yeah, it was a bit too much pasta there. I did say that it was more than my normal one-person portion. Definitely too much pasta. But I've not eaten much today. And that is my pasta carbonara with pancetta cubes. Yum. Anyway, I'm going to eat it. And then get my hot water bottle done. Have a chocolate, hot chocolate. And I'm going to do a little bit of reading. Once the light is gone, get some reading done. And I've got some downloads, which is new to me really, of some radio programs. So I'm going to listen to a couple of them. And I guess that'll be it really. That is good. So is this. Thanks for watching, guys. Might be boring to you, but it is really good. I do all sorts of cooking, and I'll start doing some proper cooking videos for you. Just showing you what I take, what I buy on the road, and how I cook it. Thanks again, guys. Thumbs up if you don't mind. If you like it, subscribe please. Anyway, I'll see you guys. Well, it's 5:15 p.m. I've had my tea. I've nearly finished my 2 beers. I've got hot chocolate to have, and it's freezing. It's only 5:15. It's freezing. I'm going to stay out having my brew, maybe stop out another half an hour, and then I'm in that sleeping bag. Not going to sleep, but I'm in that sleeping bag.